Ultimately, creative is really how we go out and find new customers. We try to be hyper-specific with our creative, targeting specifically different types of niches, different types of consumers, and really pegging it to their interests. Should we do one more? Hi there, I'm Grant Goldman, VP of Marketing at Pair Eyewear. This is Momentum Mindset. Pair Eyewear is continually customizable glasses. Allow to change up your look in just a snap and really bring joy and fun back to eyewear. Balancing marketing to our core audience versus finding new customers is really key at what we do. We leverage partnership ads to go in and find new audiences, really help us reach new types of consumers, but you can't lose sight of our core demographic. We're heavily indexed with women between the ages of 25 and 54, and that's a really key audience for us. We don't want to lose sight of them, and we certainly want to make sure that we're meeting them where they are and where they're consuming content. So it's important to strike a balance between the two. There's certainly a point at which new customer acquisition and reaching new audiences becomes more important. Eventually, you're going to reach the peak of your total addressable market. Ultimately, creative is really how we go out and find new customers. We try to be hyper-specific with our creative, targeting specifically different types of niches, different types of consumers, and really pegging it to their interests. For instance, our performance series top frames, where we were working through water sports, racket sports, targeting those creators, working with those partners to lend us a little bit of credibility and reach their audience. When we work with a creator, we try to strike a balance, working with new people to reach new audiences, but also continue to develop the relationship with our existing partners and going deeper into their audience. When we work with a partner time and time again, it builds credibility for us with their audience. People engage with their content, and their audiences really get used to seeing Pair as a core part of their life. And we really appreciate when that happens, and that's kind of where the magic lies. So we like to work, on short sprint, long sprint with both our evergreen creators or stars, then continuing to find those new niches, those new creators to build a steady pipeline of customer acquisition. We're able to balance brand with kind of pushing the boundaries a little bit with these creators, and that we want them to be expressive. We want to leverage their style. Ultimately, they know their audience better than we do, and they're able to push the boundaries and engage with the consumer, with their audiences ultimately, in the style that best fits their audience. So we try to not tamp down on that too much. We really, there's a few key points that we try to have them hit on, but ultimately we want them to be authentic. That's again where the magic happens, right? Like their authenticity drives engagement, and where engagement happens, that's where kind of our results go do. For people who are just starting out with creators, I think it's important to test. Ultimately, you don't want to kind of box yourself in. You want to try different tactics, different types of creatives, different types of creators, people who are, maybe a creator in your space, or maybe creators who are just kind of adjacent to it, right? Someone, for instance, if you're in the food space, right, you can work with a creator who's a personal chef, or someone who just loves to cook at home, right? Like that is a perfect fit. You could also find someone who's maybe just doing meal prep, right? Someone who wants to spice up their recipes, but they're not like a professional chef, right? That's more adjacent fit. I think it's important to kind of test between those two and find the right audience that ultimately meets your objectives.